what we need to do. And do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him. Hey. And do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, trust in Him. Yeah, come on. So trust in the Lord with all your heart, and He'll make. It's so simple. So trust in the Lord, whatever you're doing, with all your heart. Wow, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and He'll make. Yeah, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and come on, say.
He'll make your path straight. Yes, He will. My God will make your path straight. Yes, He will. Oh, He'll lead you to your promised land. Oh, and I will trust in the Lord. I'll trust in you, God, with all of my heart, with all of my mind. Though He slay me, yet will I trust Him, and He will.
With all my heart, I trust in God.
Trust in the Lord. Yes, I will. Some trust in chariots, some trust in horses, but I will.
Trust in the Lord by none other than Chardon Myers, featuring my favorite young lady here, singer Kara Patrice. And I think we spoke to her before. I haven't spoken to Patricia Shirley in a while, but they're featuring those two in his actual song here, Trust in the Lord. Chardon Myers is a. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name right. Chardon Myers. Chardon Myers. Am I doing it right? Chardon
Like
Myers.
Chardon, like-
yeah,
there
Chardon
you
Myers.
go.
Chardon Myers is a Canadian vocalist living in the city of Toronto. A fun, charismatic character to most. His influence and style reflects his love of gospel, jazz, R&B, and pop. His melodies reflecting his upbringing and infuses the passion and hardship of real life experience. Born in the island of Jamaica, Chardon Myers never forgets his roots of reggae music and the simplicity of the upbeat. Chardon studied music at York University in Toronto and graduated with honors, receiving Bachelor's of Music education degrees. With that, he traveled across the seas to the United Kingdom and taught music at St. James Catholic High School in Colindale, London. During this time there, Chardon formed a student band called Half a Mile. I like the name, Half a Mile, and inspired a whole new generation of students to live out their passion in music. Returning to Canada, he decided to start his personal music projects, and I want to say good morning to Mr.
Good.
Myers.
Good morning. That's good.
Man, I'm looking, I'm thinking, is this the same young man who I know as a little Talawa little fella?
Yeah.
Back in the
I was
day.
always behind you. I was always behind you, watching you pack up all the equipment and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Chardon actually is a very good friend of mine's nephew, Denise Myers. Most of you may know who Denise is. She used to host a show right here on SPR Live FM back in the day. It used to be called Morning Glory. Remember that? I don't know if you remember that. Yeah, that's back in the day.
I do.
So when I saw the name, I was like, the name sounds familiar, and I'm hoping it's the same person that I'm, because people have same names these days. Like my name, Clairmont Humphrey. There's another Clairmont Humphrey. Happened to be my son, by the way. Yeah. So so tell me, you're doing a lot of amazing things, man. Because one of the things that I saw here, you're also an actor.
Yes, right now I'm actually touring a show in the Greater Toronto area. It's called Azusa Street Revival, and I'm basically a Southern preacher in early 1900s. They started the whole revival Pentecostal movement, and I'm basically that preacher that initiated it all and everything. So it's a really good experience. Like we get to go to different camps and different sites and do it and tour it. And then, whenever other opportunities come, I'll do like commercials or I'll be an extra on a film or something, so those things are really cool.
Man, you really blossom, young man.
Yeah, man.
Let me tell you. Let me put it this way. When you see some young people growing up, right? Like I look at my own children, for example, and I see what they do today. And for matter of fact, we're going to be talking about it on Saturday coming. And I see what they do today. When I see you're one of those young men that makes me smile and thinking, we're not all bad as they say we are. You know what I'm saying? We are doing great stuff.
Yeah.
Look at you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember you singing. Get up there to do your thing. I think it was for your aunt's birthday. I think it was, or you're celebrating your grandmother's. I don't remember what it was. One of those two things.
It was. I think it was. Her. No, she had like a release party and she just had a concert.
Yes, that's what it was.
There.
Yes.
And then
yes,
Campbell
yes.
Sisters.
Yes.
Were there.
Yes.
Kim, all of them were there. So
Yeah.
you guys were also. This is like very nostalgic right now, just because Kim is like a part of the group that we're in now, and like I see her back in the day, and then now I see you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, all the people that were like in the upbringing are coming back in the forefront.
Listen, I'm excited for you because I remember seeing you as a young man growing up. If I'm not correct, at the time I was at CIUT radio station. And I said,
Yes,
what are you going to do when you said, well, I don't know, I want to go into the arts. I'm like, okay. You weren't specific, but you said you want to go into the arts. Okay, fine. That's okay. But now I'm seeing you're really into the arts, apart from the fact that you're singing. You're also, I think you wrote a play, did you? Or you?
Yeah, I co-wrote a play. Oh my God, I forget what it's called right now. But Marva Lindsay is the one who actually directed, and then I co-directed it with her.
Mm-hmm.
I think we presented it last year at some point, and that it was a really good turnout, just about like a son who fell away from his father, doesn't want to do what his father wanted him to do, and he followed his own path, and then his father ended up having to just like accept it and love him for the path that he chose. And that's kind of like reflective of my life too, where they want you to be a doctor, they want you to be a lawyer, they want you to do, but then once they see you flourishing in the things that you're doing, then they're like, okay, you know what, do you?
Well, the funny thing is my youngest son came to me when he was getting ready for to go. He didn't want to go to college, and he says, Dad, I don't want to go to college, I want to go straight into my music. And I thought for myself, I said, I don't want to be the one that puts a damper on what he wants to do. I want to be the one that encourages him, because not everything you get out of college. I'm not saying college is bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying college is bad. But at the same time, I want to push him. But I also want to see how great, what do you call a stick-to-itiveness that he wanted to stick and stay with it. So I said, okay, you get a year off. 1 year off.
Okay.
To show what you have to do. So I'm that kind of guy. I encourage it because when I needed the encouragement, I didn't get it when I was young. Remember, I was like, you go to college. You're going to do what I say you're going to do, right? So, so he didn't, but he's excelled greatly. He's doing some great stuff right now. So, it's good to know that you're taking the path that you've taken, and you didn't necessarily go, oh no, I'm not doing that. I want to do this. I want to do this, That's good to see. That's good to see. So
I was also important for us to have a foundation. That's why I was like, okay, let me go to school, actually get the education and everything I need.
Well, you had another part to that too. You went to England to teach. What made you do that?
It was just the spur of the moment. I finished my music degree, then I went to teachers college, and then I was like, okay, what do I do? And then I got a call saying, hey, we would like you to come and see some principals at in London, and they paid for the trip for the full
You just
week.
get a call just like that?
Free. And I got a free trip to go to the UK, and I got like to speak to.
So okay, you can't just slide that in just like talk about it. You cannot slide that in. How did this happen? Who told who what?
I am telling you, I got an email in my email, and it just said, hey, we recently seen that you have graduated. We would like to see you. There's some principals here who would like to have a conversation and interview with you.
That's it?
And I said, well, how is that possible? Yeah, how is that possible? And they said, well, we're an organization that sends teachers from here over, and we're going to provide you the free trip for the week. and whether you receive an like a yes to a job or not, you just get the trip. So I was like, can't go wrong. I get a free trip. I get to go over, and I wasn't expecting to say yes to any opportunity. But the last day, okay, I saw 3 schools, and then on the last day, we were packing up to go, and I got a knock on the door. And this is the day when I was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna go bring back stuff for my family. I got a knock on the door to say there's a school that desperately wants to see you. And I'm like, okay, fine. You know, so I quickly made up a plan. I went over and I loved it. They just took me in. They soaked it. I was like, I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. So I went home and I said, Mom, I think I'm going to UK. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I think I said yes to a school. and then they just said, yep. And then it was just supposed to be 1 year. And then it ended up being 2 years. And I was like, woo. And we did amazing things.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what you call God, man. Just open up a door, and this leads you down. This leads you down the path of where you at today. So, are you still
my
teaching?
Lord.
Would you go back to teaching?
Yes, but I'm gonna do that like supply work. But I really want to focus on the music and the creative side, because once you get sucked into teaching, you're like that's it. Like literally that's it, because you have to do lesson plans, you have to do this, that's it. So I want to make sure I have this down.
Right.
And then if, you know, things don't go the way that I want to go, then I always have something to fall back on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I have to say, man, you know, that's a great story to be able to say you get an email, go to England for free, spend some time, get hired.
Crazy.
You know,
That's it.
And then next minute, you know, you're actually teaching. And what was you formed this group Half a Mile? What was that like? I mean, having these young people in this choir.
Listen, if you've ever watched School of Rock,
right? Yeah.
it was basically that type of situation where I was sitting in my office and I heard a drummer, I heard a saxophone, I heard some kids singing in the next room. And I said, wouldn't this be a great opportunity to just bring them all together? So I went in and I said, would you like to play? Would you like to sing? Would you like to play your instrument? And there was a recording studio at the school, which was great. So I basically lived in that studio. And I brought them in and I said, guys, let's create something. And the school always had, it was a Catholic school, so they had mass and they had things that they had to present stuff in. So I said, let's play for the next school mass. We played and they were like, it was basically a Sister Act gospel moment where they were like, oh, we've never heard this type of music, because I made them play gospel. I wasn't going to make them play classical, you know. So I said, I made them play some gospel stuff. And they were just like, this is so uplifting, so great. And then one of the teachers signed us up for this school battle of the bands for in like the whole London borough. And so they entered us in. We won. We came first.
Wow.
Yeah. And then for the prize, they got to record at the first studio that Adele recorded her album in, the first album.
Right.
So they were just like, they saw the pictures on the wall. They were like, oh my God, sir, this is so amazing, sir. And I'm like, yes, this is a great opportunity for me too. Like, I've never done this before.
Right.
This is so great.
Yeah. So this is awesome, man. I mean, when you talk about being blessed, you indeed were blessed. And here it is now. You brought out, is this the only 2 songs? We just played Trust.
You play Trust. Then I have Awesome God. And then I have a new song coming out in the next couple of weeks.
Awesome. So are you going to do an entire full album, or are you just going to do an EP for now?
Right now I'm doing an EP. So I'm finishing that single, and then one more single, and then I'm going to put those in the EP, and I'm going to put them all together.
So in the next year or so, what's up for Chardon Myers?
Well, I'm doing a lot. I started some photo and video company.
Right.
So I have some like clients who want me to take pictures and want me to do videos.
I remember you taking pictures of us. Do you still have any pictures of me?
Listen,
you have so many.
Go back into my old hard drive.
I can imagine. I can remember.
Yep.
I can imagine. You were always the one with the camera clicking, and going around the place. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Always. So now I'm like officially kicking that off, and that's
Right.
going quite well. I just
Awesome.
landed a nice opportunity with a health company
Awesome.
last week, so
Nice.
that's really good. I'm working on doing more video work
Right.
for myself, just
Right.
like social media stuff, writing some more plays, and right now I also work at my church as the music director, so that keeps me busy as well, just like having weekly services that we have to do and putting out content. And yeah, I have a lot of music ready and lined up to go. So it's just going to be a whole bunch of creating, a whole bunch of music to go.
Awesome, awesome. So, on this last song we're gonna be playing, we're closing off with this song called "Awesome." Tell us a little bit about that song.
Awesome God. Basically, over my life, as I've even explained to you, there's been a lot of things that have just happened,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just if it wasn't for the blessing of God, I don't even know how else to describe it but being awesome. So when I started writing this song, and literally those were the words, you're an awesome God, an
Mhm.
awesome God, you're so awesome. And just looking back on everything that I've been through,
Mm-hmm.
I can honestly say that he's been truly awesome in season and out of season. When you're going through the rough patches, he's still awesome. He still makes a way, he still provides and opens doors.
Right.
And that's basically what the song is, just describing how awesome he is.
Awesome. Well, listen, Chardon, it is a pleasure having a conversation with you after all these years. I'm so proud
Yeah.
of how you have turned out to be. And folks,
come on.
hey, listen, big up all people, yes. It don't matter what nation, what country they come from, whether it's Guyana, Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica, whatever. It's our people, our nation
That's-
of people, and
right.
you know what? We're all African descent, and I'm always proud to see a young black man, especially a young black man, doing great
Come on.
things. Because you know
Thanks.
why? They always tend to point a finger at us and say we don't do too good, but we're doing
That's
well.
right.
You are one of the many,
right.
and I'm saying many, one of the many who's doing awesome things for God, and God
Yeah.
bless you. Looking forward to
on.
see what's coming up in the future, my brother.
For sure, for sure.
Come back and check us out again.
I know. Let's go.
Come and check us out again, man. Come and check us out again.
For sure.
God bless you,
For
and
sure.
let's end with this song here called "Awesome God."
Awesome.